Every October, in celebration of Italian Heritage Month, we open our home to Vinny LaMorte and the staff at Vinny's Deli and Pasta from Pawling, New York. We invite our clients to this ticketed mozzarella class and reception. We enjoy a splendid afternoon of cheese-making, food, and wine. Our guests revel in the autumn air, sitting fireside, watching the leaves fall, while feasting on antipasto, soups and sandwiches, and maybe a little vino. Vinny's Deli is brimming with every sort of Italian import imaginable. Baccalà, panettone, fresh and dried pastas, cheeses, charcuterie, you name it. Grab a prosciutto and mozzarella sandwich, or maybe his famous steak margarita, a bottle of aranciata or limonata, or maybe the Manhattan Special. E mangiare.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the first batch. I'm going to explain to you how I do it. In front of you have a pan, curd, a fork to move the curd if it's too hot, and then once you make the mozzarella, it goes into a bucket of water. That's all yours. Take the curd out of the bag. Separate the curd. Okay? I cut them in thin strips.
Yeah.
So just separate them. You don't have to break them up. Just separate them.
What's the curd made out of?
Curd is when you boil milk. When you boil milk, you add rennet or a starter, and you get two elements. You get whey, which you make a soft cheese like ricotta, cottage cheese, cream cheese, and then you get curds where you make your cheddars, your mozzarellas, and your provolones, and that's what curd is.
So they separate themselves?
Yeah, naturally separate themselves. Yeah. So now, I got your curd. Now I want everybody to separate the curd, not to break them up small, but just to separate, because they're cut. I have like this piano wire where I cut the curds, and I try to cut them evenly because when you put hot water, you want them to melt at the same time and evenly. You don't want balls.
So if you were making this at home, how would you get the curd, or do you buy it?
Buy it, I sell it. Yeah, some places sell. Very few places sell, but I sell it. You know, people come in, I want to buy 5 pounds of curd or 3 pounds of curd, and you're gonna lose like 20%. Like when you make this, if you start off with like 20 pounds, you're going to get like 18, maybe 17 pounds. There's a lot of waste, believe it or not. Okay, so, all right, yeah, you just separate it, that's fine. She's a perfectionist, I see that. Okay, so, now we have hot water. This is a nice curd. It's nice and creamy. It's got a lot of butter fat. I just can tell just from experience. So it's going to melt a little bit quicker. Okay, now if people rush right away, just take your time. All right, and it's going to. You see how it's starting to turn into a little taffy, but don't rush. Don't rush. If it's hot, you can use your fork. I'm just using my fingers here.
Boiling water?
Yeah.
Salted water?
I don't. You can salt it. I like to salt it on the outside at the ends. Some places throw salt in it. I like to just on the outside to salt. See a little bit. See it a little bit, but doing enough mozzarella, you know when it's time to work it. A lot of people are going to rush right away, but no need to do that. A minute or two more is going to turn out a better product. And then when this is ready, you only have a few minutes, a minute or two to work it. Then you'll see the elasticity is going to go, and then you have chewy, rubbery mozzarella. Okay. Nice, creamy mozzarella. Okay, it's getting there, you see. A little bit more. I can speed it up by adding a little more hot water. Okay. This can take. All right, I can use it that way. This is a little thicker piece. I didn't separate it as much as I should, and it doesn't melt. Okay, so now you see how the taffy is here?
Yeah.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to knead it in until I get one ball, okay, or somewhat of a ball.
You want it to go together.
Yes. Okay, see what I'm doing? Okay, now the stretching part comes, where I stretch, okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm stretching the same, I don't go different directions. Now I take the outside and I stuff it in, okay. Again, it's harder with gloves, but I'm just gonna wear them. And you make a little neck. Okay, you pinch it, keep all those juices inside, and then you put it here. This
cold water?
Cold water will keep it from turning into a blob again. All right, and you make a neck. In the old days, they used to hang them.
Yep.
So you did the neck so you could hang the string on it.
So if you were making burrata,
Yes.
you like stretch
So the burrata, I would stretch it in a sheet, a thin sheet,
Yeah.
and I'd have him put a piece of put the cream in it, and then I'd fold it over and pinch it, and that's how you make burrata.
Oh,
So yes, so that's how you make burrata. Yes, I do it in a sheet. He'll put the
that
cream
was
in
so
it.
quick.
Yeah, and that. But I'll make different. Like I can make different shapes. We make them in logs. I make them in little a little size of an egg. So you can
Right.
do different shapes and stuff. Okay, you guys are ready?
That's the half Italian, right? That's a need.
Yeah. So
Plus, I love mozzarella. I love all cheese.
the elasticity, the more you work it, the elasticity is going to go. When we make it, we have 2-3 people making it really quick because the elasticity is gone.
Yeah, I remember when I made it. It was like gum.
You got to serve at room temperature the mozzarella. So like I tell people, you leave it out a half a day,
think so.
or if you want to do it quicker, you get really hot faucet water, like really hot faucet water, and just dump it in there, leave it there for an hour, go back later, and it's nice and soft.